Everywhere you look, there's a new vibrancy to the city, a pulse that beats across the region, bringing new life to our neighborhoods, our communities, a rethinking of what's possible. What does it take to build a world-class city? It's far more than bricks and stones, skyscrapers, and green spaces. The lifeblood of a city is its people, the citizens who dare to challenge the status quo, not thinking within the constraints of the here and now, but looking to the future, pioneering a new direction where we know our city can and should be going. Today, we celebrate 20 legendary women who have left an indelible mark on our city's legacy, while paving the way for the next generation of female leaders to succeed. A truly world-class city doesn't grow and thrive while leaving others behind. As Project Home's motto embodies, none of us are home until all of us are home. Sister Mary Scullion, the selfless champion of our homeless and mentally ill, not only provides shelter for more than 700 of our citizens in the greatest need, she gives them hope for a better future with state-of-the-art work training, and she gives them a voice, championing and delivering the right to vote for the homeless. A city also needs faithful stewards, public servants bold enough to embrace the dreams of our visionaries, while having the courage to speak up and demand our shared history is preserved. Housing remains affordable, and artists, the cultural backbone of a city, are integrated into our city planning. Anne Fedolin is leading the charge. A healthy city puts an emphasis on caring for its residents, and Philadelphia has long been known as a cutting-edge hub for healthcare. The site of the nation's first medical school, the region is renowned as a center of research and innovation. This all-important industry accounts for over 20% of total employment in Philadelphia, with over 140,000 jobs. As the industry continues to grow, Joanne Magnatta is helping to drive it forward through her invaluable work with Mainline Health. Cities are only as strong as the communities that make them up, and Philadelphia is no exception. In recent years, the city has seen the revitalization of many struggling neighborhoods. In North Philadelphia, Maria Gonzalez has spearheaded the revival of the Fairhill and St. Hugh neighborhoods, driven by her efforts to create affordable rental housing and social services for elders. These women have broken barriers and made a profound impact on our city. They are CEOs, directors, managers, founders. But they're also mothers, daughters, sisters, wives, and partners. These women have accomplished a near impossible task, balancing their professional and personal lives. Never afraid of a challenge, they've tackled this difficulty head-on and have excelled. Philadelphia's renaissance doesn't stop at the river. Over in Camden, the waterfront is experiencing a stunning rebirth, with Ann Cummings at the helm. The Camden waterfront is now looking towards a brighter future thanks to new state-of-the-art office space, gleaming residential properties, exciting new retail offerings, and a wealth of recreational opportunities, including a beautiful waterfront public park. Also outside of the city, older suburbs from Bryn Mawr and Norristown are getting a residential facelift thanks to Sarah Peck. As president of Progressive Housing Ventures, she's reclaiming underutilized sites to merge the best of the city and the suburbs, creating lovely communities that merge the benefits of suburban living with the walkable conveniences of the city. Philadelphia is a city that eats, breathes, and sleeps history. It is essential that we preserve our cherished place as the birthplace of our nation. Rather than let some of our older buildings fall into ruin, Phong Wang is restoring and adapting these architectural gems for the needs of today's residents, while preserving their unique historical charm. Another driving force behind the preservation of our city's rich history is Emily Bittenbender, the woman behind the magnificent Constitution Center. She and her team are committed to keeping our city's story alive through renovations to popular landmarks and museums, including Love Park and the Independence Visitors Center. Thanks to her efforts, the story of our great city will keep being told for generations to come. As our city's popularity continues to soar, our skyline is soaring to new heights. New construction is everywhere, and return visitors are amazed at how our city is evolving. But no city can grow and thrive without the proper backing. Behind the scenes of those impressive facades, Sherry Reams is working tirelessly to fuel this growth by establishing solid, lasting banking relationships with our city's largest developers. Philadelphia is a city that's fiercely proud of its diversity and its history. Yet we possess an intrinsic thirst for innovation, first sparked by the likes of Ben Franklin, with the torch carried diligently today by the leaders of our dynamic universities, institutions, nonprofits, and businesses that relentlessly push for a brighter tomorrow. For a city to flourish, it needs to be both livable and sustainable. Super lawyer Joan Rossoff not only closes deals with large banks and insurance companies, she also selflessly dedicates her time on a pro bono basis to help struggling city residents remain in their homes. A lifelong Philadelphian, she works to continually improve the conditions in her neighborhood of Logan Square, while providing a powerful voice in support of city bicyclists. A successful city sees underused or abandoned spaces as an opportunity, not a waste of space. In a city full of recent success stories, one of the greatest examples is the repurposing and redevelopment of the historic Philadelphia Naval Yard. Thanks to the efforts of Prema Katari Gupta and her team, this American landmark was transformed from 1,200 acres of unused space into a dynamic, nationally renowned business campus and a magnet for new businesses and investment. Behind the towering skyscrapers and exciting new development across the region are Philadelphians like Suzanne Mays. Recognized as one of the most powerful and influential women in America by the National Diversity Council, she's lent her exceptional legal expertise to a wealth of initiatives across the city, from transportation to education to public works. An ardent advocate of women's issues, she's celebrated for her efforts in advancing women's equality. As new office buildings sprout up across the region, Joan Waters is there to make sure their interiors are as beautiful and harmonious as their exteriors. She worked her way up to CEO of COFCO, but this trailblazer is also making her mark on the city in other ways. In her work with the Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce and underserved empowerment zones, she has demonstrated a boundless and fierce commitment to making our city a better place for all its residents. The city of Philadelphia is growing by leaps and bounds, and Heather Smith is a major force behind that growth. This past year, she and her team closed the largest leasing transaction in Philadelphia history. In addition, through her work with the Arden Theater and Philadanzo, Heather is helping to shine a spotlight on the city's ever-expanding and diverse art scene. And as a member of the board of Women's Campaign International, she's helping to empower women across the globe. As the birthplace of a country that's built on equality and opportunity, Philadelphia is proud to be the home of accomplished women who have excelled in traditionally male-dominated fields. A perfect example is Mara Hesden, a true leader who has risen to the top of the construction industry. With projects totaling over $1 billion under her belt, Mara has been instrumental in helping build the foundation for our city's current success. A city on the move needs a transportation system that can keep up. The first woman to serve as Secretary of PennDOT, Leslie Richards, has set her sights on investing in our region's future. Armed with a budget of over $10 billion, she's overseen a series of sustainable investments that focus on expansion, maintenance, and collaboration to keep the Philadelphia region moving forward. Philadelphia's future is dependent on the next generation, who will proudly represent the city. As affiliate director of the ACE Mentor Program of Philadelphia, Tiffany Milner is helping to shape tomorrow's architects, engineers, and construction professionals. This published author is also devoted to supporting initiatives surrounding diversity and inclusion, initiatives that make our city stronger and more vibrant. With over 90 colleges and universities and 300,000 students, the Philadelphia region has always been known as a thriving education hub. Tomorrow's leaders come from all over the country and the world to study at our esteemed centers of higher education. Our next honoree, Ann Papa George, is helping the University of Pennsylvania embrace their rich past while providing innovative solutions that enhance the university's living and learning experience. Philadelphia's economy is flying high, and Shelly Cameron is helping to lift it up. As CEO of the Philadelphia International Airport, her efforts have helped generate over $14 billion for the regional economy and over 141,000 jobs. And she's just as devoted to her country, as evidenced by her work with the United States Air Force. Every great city in the world can lay claim to public art. It's not only engaging to the eye, it also helps to attract talent, spur innovation, and help grow the economy. Thanks to visionary Jayne Golden, Executive Director of Mural Arts Philadelphia, the city has become an outdoor art gallery, as over 4,000 beautiful, thought-provoking murals have appeared on buildings everywhere. Under Jayne's leadership, the program has grown from a small agency into the largest public art program in the entire country. 20 years, 20 women. Their backgrounds are each wholly unique, with boundless professional accomplishments. But there is a common thread to each story, one of humanity, lending a helping hand to empower women to take charge and realize that there is no limit to their potential. And with their endless drive and talent, Philadelphia's future is looking brighter than ever. Thank you for joining us to celebrate these exceptional Philadelphians, each of whom are transforming the landscape of our city.